Hey everyone, it's Katie from the Wellington County Museum and Archives, and welcome to Tuesday's Mystery Museum on your doorstep. So grab your Tuesday bag and let's get crafting. Okay everyone, now it's time to do our Tuesday mystery craft. These are the supplies that you will need. So make sure you look in your kit to see that you have everything. You should have a paper tube. You should have a little bit of tin foil, some Bristol board, a little bit of sequins, a piece of plastic, and then somewhere in your home you'll need to find a pair of scissors, a black marker or a Sharpie. It's preferable that you use hot glue, but if you do not have hot glue, you can use white glue or Gorilla Glue, and then a ruler is completely optional. It's just to help you to fold something. Okay, so let's get started. This one's a little bit complicated, so make sure that if you're having a hard time, pause and rewind the video as many times as you need, and let's get started. So the first thing we're going to need is we're going to need our marker, our piece of plastic, and our tube. So let's put everything else off to the side. So what we want to do here, you can see I've already started here, is we want to make a couple circles on our piece of plastic. This is sort of going to be what is going to help us see the fun things at the end of this craft. So what I want you to do, choose either end of your tube, really doesn't matter which one, and I want you to trace 2 circles onto your plastic. So this is where a Sharpie will help a lot, but if you don't have one, a black marker will do just fine. So you're going to make 2 circles. I've already did one, so this is my second. So that's exactly what you want right here. It's not too hard or anything like that. After you have traced 2 circles, I would like you to cut them out. But how you cut them out is very important. With your first circle, I would like you to cut just outside of that black line. And then on your second circle, I want you to cut on the inside of that black line. The reason why we're cutting this way will become apparent very soon, but make sure that one circle is cut on the outside of the line and one circle is cut on the inside of your line. So take a couple of moments with me and let's cut some circles out. If you need a hand to cut out your circles, that is totally fine. Try to get them as round as you can because this will be very important when we finish up our craft. You want a really good pair of scissors so you can get through that plastic nice and easy, but it should be pretty thin plastic, so it shouldn't be too hard. Now I've cut this circle on the outside of my line, so the second circle I'm going to cut on the inside of this line, so you can't really see that black mark anymore. Again, if you need a hand cutting this out, please ask someone. Don't be shy. Take your time. You don't need to rush this. All right, there we go. Put my extra plastic and my scissors off to the side. So if I hold these up, you'll notice that one circle has a black line and one circle does not. That is excellent. That's exactly what you want to have. So you will need the circle that does not have a black line first. You're going to grab your tube again. Try and find the end that you used to trace. You can see that you used this one because I got black all over it, which is great for me to know. This is where you're going to need your hot glue or your strong white glue to help you out, because we're going to be gluing these plastic pieces on and inside of our tube. So you may notice that with this smaller one, it may not completely fit inside. That's okay. So what I want you to do, if you're having trouble like what I am having right now, just trim your circle until it fits into the tube. You want it again to be as circular as possible, but you want it to fit inside that tube as well. So I'm going to cut a little bit of the edge off of my circle here so it can fit inside. You don't need it to fit inside very far, but you need it to go inside of your tube. All right, so I feel like mine's going to go in. So inside your tube, maybe ½ an inch or so or a couple centimeters, not too far in, you're going to make a circle of hot glue or white glue on the inside of that tube. Again, it doesn't need to be too far in. It just needs to be far enough in that your sequins can hang on inside of your tube being held in by the plastic. All right, you're gonna grab that small plastic circle that fits inside of the tube, and you're going to place it against the glue that you have put inside of there so that it sticks inside. Try to get it as flat as you can, but if it's not going to be completely flat, again, that is okay. See, mine's a little bit warped on the one side. That's fine. As long as it's stuck inside your tube and it's not going to fall out, you're doing great. All right, so now that you have your first piece of plastic in the inside of your tube, you're going to grab your sequins. Now you can use all of the sequins. You can use a certain color. You can use as much as you want. And we're going to just dump the sequins right on top of that piece of plastic. If you are not using hot glue and you have used white glue, please make sure that you wait a couple of moments that the glue is fully dry before putting your sequins in, because you may run a risk of it falling apart and all your sequins getting stuck in there. So make sure you wait that everything is dry, and then let's put our sequins in. I'm going to put all of mine in there. So you have your sequins on the inside of your tube. The next task is taking that second piece of plastic, and we're going to glue it on the outside of our tube, and this will help us to keep our sequins inside. So for this one, you're going to put glue just on the rim of your tube right here. If it goes on the outside or inside your tube, that is totally fine. You just want to make sure that you have enough on the rim of your tube. So I'm going to take mine over here so I don't spill my sequins. More. Okay. And you're going to just place that on top. You may have a little bit of a rim, like with mine, of the plastic. That's perfect. That's totally okay, because you know it's going to be held nice and strong just on the rim here, so it's not going to fall off. So that's the first task of our mystery craft. The second part, you can put your tube off to the side for a moment, and you want to grab your Bristol board and your tin foil. You don't need your glue anymore, so that can go off to the side as well. Okay, so when you have a piece of Bristol board, you're going to have, I already have my fold in it, but yours will be completely straight. What I would like you to do with your Bristol board is I just want you to take a couple of minutes and fold it in half like a hot dog. You're folding a hot dog, not hamburger. This is where your ruler may come in handy. If you have decided to grab one, you can help with that fold by squishing it down so it's a nice, good, strong triangle shape. I'm going to give it a little bit of room here to breathe. So you have your very long triangle shape, and you're going to place the fold of your triangle at the one edge of your tin foil here, and you're going to take a couple of minutes to fold your tin foil over top of your triangle. So you're going to take it, you're going to shove it right into your triangle, right up to the fold there. I'll show you what it looks like in just a minute here, and then I'll go to the top. So you should have tin foil right inside of your triangle that you just made with your Bristol board. And then you want to fold it over top, like so. If you have a little bit of extra, that's good. Try and get it so that it's sort of straight like so at the bottom of your triangle, like so. Get it nice and tight to your Bristol board, nice and tight to the folds. This, you don't really need it tape or glue to hold it down, because tin foil is really great about keeping those folds. So after you have made your triangle shape and you put your tin foil on it, you are going to grab your tube once more, and we're going to stick our triangle inside the opening of our tube. Which way doesn't really matter, because you're going to be looking at it and spinning it anyway, so it's totally fine. You don't need to push it all the way. You need to push it about here, just like so. So you have a nice triangle shape. And what you're going to do next is I want you to decorate your tube however you would like. You can use paint, markers, stickers, whatever you would like to decorate it. Take a couple of minutes to do that, and after you have decorated it, I want you to look out a window with your craft here. Look through a little seeing eye hole and spin it around and see if you can recognize what this craft is. Do that for a minute. Do you know what it is yet? This is a kaleidoscope. A kaleidoscope is super fun because with these weird little sequences shining in the sun, you get weird, unusual shapes. So you have just made a kaleidoscope out of these items in your craft bag. Oh, that's an interesting pattern. Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't see you there. I was too busy playing with my kaleidoscope that you just made. Well, thanks for joining me on this lovely craft video. And we look forward to seeing you in future craft videos as well. Stay tuned at wellington.ca/museum for future Museum on Your Doorsteps.